Good evening, everybody. Welcome back inside our Home Field Credit Union Studio B as we bring you this week's edition of the Milford Informer. I am Tim Coet. With summer just about here, we have some important news on the return of a major summer program for kids and families. We also have some sports highlights coming up later that you absolutely will not want to miss. Let's get going on the details on those stories and more in tonight's Top Stories Rundown. Tonight, we'll have all the details on the upcoming Summer Food Service Program being hosted by the Milford Area Humanitarian Coalition and the Hockomock Area YMCA. Also tonight, take a look back at the flora, fauna, and fun as we recap the Greenleaf Garden Club's 50th anniversary flower show. And later in sports, we'll have highlights you have to see to believe from Milford softball in the MIAA tournament. For the third year in a row, the Milford Area Humanitarian Coalition, the Hockomock Area YMCA, and the Milford Schools are teaming up to host a summer food service program here in the Milford area. Once again, we welcomed in a familiar face from the Hockomock Area YMCA to go over all of the details for what families can expect this summer. And we were very happy to be joined on the Milford Informer this week by a recurring guest. You've been with us now each summer for the last couple of years. Happy to have you back once again. Mary Kate Bergen from the Hockomock Area YMCA joins us this week. Mary Kate, thanks for being on the show once again.
Thank you, Tim. Great to be back.
Well, of course, summer rapidly approaching, and with that now has become a great staple for kids here in the greater Milford area, and that is the Summer Food Service Program in its third year now of existence, coming up in just a couple of short weeks. And so before we get into the particulars for this year, it's amazing how much this program has grown in the last 2 years. How did things go for the summer last year?
Yeah, things went really well last year, along with our partners from the Milford Area Humanitarian Coalition and the Milford Public Schools Food Services team. We served just under 10,000 meals, which is really exciting for us. When the coalition started this, they did a great job. They served about 2,000 meals. The second year we came on board together, we worked to increase that to about 6,000 meals, and again, just under 10,000 last year. So we really hope to keep growing things for this year in 2018.
It's so great to see the collaboration to put this event on. Obviously, the Hockomock Area YMCA plays a huge part, but the Milford Area Humanitarian Coalition and also the Milford Schools, all three entities doing a lot to make this program such a success.
Absolutely. We could not do the work we do without any one of those three pieces. We're so lucky to have the Milford Area Humanitarian Coalition, who saw a need in the community, jumped right in and came up with the idea to help fill this hunger gap. And they do a lot of fundraising as well, which enables us to not only feed the children who come to the program, but also any adult caregivers who come with a child. So it's really nice to be able to say to the whole family, sit down, enjoy a lunch, and that's thanks to the coalition. And then Carla Tuttle and her amazing team at the high school need no introduction. They are just fabulous partners to us, and they do such a great job of making sure that all the meals we serve are healthy and they comply with all of the regulations that we need to meet through the USDA and the state of Massachusetts. So we never worry about anything related to food safety because we have such a great partnership with Carla and her team. So the collaboration is really what makes this work, and we're so grateful to those two partners.
And you know you're going to get a delicious meal when Carla Tuttle is involved.
Of
so
course.
It's just another draw to this program. So we want to get all the particulars out there. So the third annual Summer Food Service Program starting up very soon. Your first day will be June 25th. The main program will run all the way until August 24th. You've got basically one main base of operations this year over at Memorial Elementary School. So can you tell us a little bit more about sort of the time windows that people have available to them?
Absolutely. So starting Monday the 25th, we'll be open every day, Monday through Friday of the summer until school starts again. And lunch is served 11:30 to 1 o'clock. And there's no need to stay the whole time. You can come at 11:30, leave at 11:35, or come at 12:45 and have your lunch. There's no pressure to be there for the entire window, but we do offer fun activities every single day of the summer. So everything from free play games that are just set up and going to different special guest visitors that we'll have throughout the summer, including many of the teachers from the two elementary schools, Brookside and Memorial. They'll be doing some reading aloud to students, which we're really excited about. Always nice for kiddos to be able to see their teachers in the summer. And all kinds of different games that maybe kids haven't had a chance to play in the past. So for example, we have a member of the coalition who is a master chess player, and he comes to offer chess lessons. And that was actually, I think, the most popular activity last summer. So chance to try some new things, have some fun, and then have the lunch available as well. So.
And I think if I remember correctly, Pat the Patriot was wandering around at one point last summer, so you really never know what's going to take place during these. It's so much more. It's great to have an opportunity to go and have a nice healthy lunch, but also the educational opportunities, the opportunities to interact with other kids, games, and as you mentioned, the teachers volunteering their time to come in during the summer to do some read aloud, some other activities with the kids. There's so much going on during these days.
It's really true, and we're so lucky that all of these volunteers are bringing not only their time in their service, but whatever they're interested in. So we might have a Zumba class going on one day, or a different art project that someone's passionate about. So we've been really lucky that the quality of the activities has just continued to improve, and it's really a fun time down there.
So the food service program, again, it starts June 25th and goes until August 24th over at Memorial Elementary School. You can pick up lunch Monday through Friday between the hours of 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. But also a secondary location will pop up a little ways into the summer over at the Milford Public Library.
Exactly, yes. We are really excited to be back at the library this year. Last year we had lunch there on just 2 days, and it went so well that we've been fortunate to be invited back to offer lunch on Wednesdays starting mid-July, so July 11th through August 15th. And again, 12 to 1 is the time frame for that site. And we'll have activities, reading, all kinds of fun things going on at the library as well for Wednesdays.
Yeah, tons of great stuff at the library, of course. So that's another opportunity to look out for, Wednesdays from 12 to 1 from July 11th to August 15th. And Mary Kate, for anyone at home right now who maybe hasn't participated in the program before, starting to wonder to themselves, well, what do I have to do to sign up for this program? Pretty easy process, I would say.
Exactly, just show up. There is no sign up required, no identification. We will be so excited to get to know you, but we're never gonna ask you for personal information. We just want you to come have fun in our space and enjoy a lunch, and then you'll be on your way. So no sign up, just join us starting June 25th.
Outstanding stuff. So again, it's starting so soon. June 25th is when everything begins. You can get your lunch Monday through Friday all the way up until August 24th over at Memorial Elementary School. Wednesdays again from July 11th to August 15th over at the library from noon to 1 o'clock. So plenty of opportunities to take part in this program, and again, absolutely no sign up involved. And of course, Mary Kate, none of this is possible without the huge support that you get from volunteers.
Absolutely. Volunteers are really the lifeblood of this program, and they make it all possible. I think we're up to about 200 plus volunteers having been trained in this program since the first year, and it's everyone from teen volunteers to retired teachers who want to come back and be involved. And there's no minimum commitment if you'd like to volunteer, as little as once or twice a summer to once or twice a week. To some volunteers join us every day. So we're always looking for people who want to share their time and talents with this program. There is a short volunteer information packet to fill out through the YMCA. So if folks are able to contact me, we can give them all the details about volunteering.
That's great. So the information on your screen right now, but for volunteer opportunities, you can contact Mary Kate directly. Her email is marykateb@hawkymca.org. There's a lot of good information on the Hawk YMCA website as well on the summer lunch service program. So go to hawkymca.org/milford-summer-lunch-program to find out all the basics on there. So we're just so excited to see this program get started for another year, and we look forward to another summer full. We'll hopefully get some updates along the way as well. I'm sure it's going to be another huge success. So make sure you check it out over at Memorial Elementary School, June 25th all the way until August 24th, and also check out the lunch opportunities at the Milford Public Library as well from July 11th to August 15th on Wednesdays from noon to 1. Great stuff. Mary Kate, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you so much, Tim. Appreciate it.
A few weeks ago, we were happy to be joined by Greenleaf Garden Club member Sandra Toscas as she discussed the milestone 50th anniversary flower show the Garden Club was set to host over at Memorial Hall. The event took place over 2 days last week, and it was a huge success. Our own Milford TV member Kaitlyn Mobilia traveled over to Memorial Hall to share some of the sights and sounds of the flower show.
What do you like about Greenleaf?
Everything. What's not to like?
I'm Kaitlyn, and here today I am at Memorial Hall. It's a beautiful building, and we're gonna go inside and see what fun things are happening, like the flower show, and we're gonna take a peek inside the museum. So let's go. So Elaine, what are we doing here today? What's this all about?
This is Celebrate Milford 50th anniversary of the Greenleaf Garden Club. And we have a standard flower show here. We had judges this morning who judged our horticulture and our designs.
This is probably about our 10th or 11th that we've done, maybe more. I've been involved with 3 altogether, so it becomes a big event. It's a lot of work to put them together, but we have some really, really talented people. Many of the award winners here are novice designers. That is, they've never won an award before. Many of them have never even gone to a flower show. So this is their first attempt, and they're getting blue ribbons and best of show and all that kind of thing.
How do you think people benefit from a local garden club like Greenleaf?
You can learn. When I first joined, I had no idea, and I've learned. I'm now a National Flower Show judge. I've judged in Panama, I've judged in Brazil, as well as all across the state. I've met a great group of women, and we like serving the town. We like offering something. For instance, this is our celebration, but we're offering it free to the public.
Best thing is sharing it with the public. You know, when we can do these designs and create all these horticulture that you see is cut from our own Milford gardens. This Greenleaf Garden Club has been my life since I moved into Milford. I was new to Milford in March of 1968, and I was invited to the garden club to join. You know, I was a city kid, so I needed to learn a lot about flowers and plants.
So tell me about your beautiful arrangement I see right here behind us.
Okay. Like I said, this is all things I happen to have around the house. I don't know why, I'm not into music, but I bought this piece of fabric many years ago. Well, that's got notes on it, I'll use that. And when you're a designer, you look for things and you collect things.
And now I have to ask you, what is your favorite plant?
Oh, I don't think I could. A very hard question. It depends on the season. Right now, I love irises, and I love all kinds of outdoor plants and the beautiful flowering trees. But then in another month, there'll be beautiful daisies everywhere, and it just goes on and on. I made it a point in my garden to make sure I have something that blooms every season.
After a week's worth of anticipation, Milford softball finally got their playoff run started last Saturday. As we told you last week, Milford slid to the number 3 seed after their back-to-back losses to close out the regular season. That forced the Lady Hawks into a much more challenging road through the D1 South bracket, a road that began with a matchup against the champions of the Eastern Athletic Conference, the Bishop Fian Lady Shamrocks. Playoff softball returned to Milford on Saturday, June 9th. The number 3 seeded Lady Hawks were ready to begin their state title defense as they welcomed in 14th seeded Bishop Fian. The Lady Shamrocks brought a very high level of energy to the MHS softball field, and that would immediately translate to success at the plate. Leadoff hitter Jessica Levesque would slap a pitch over the drawn-in infield, and the ball would hug the left field line, giving Fian a leadoff double. After a ground out that moved the runner to third, Kaylee Mankins would single to bring home the first run of the day. Later in the inning, with 2 on and 2 out, starting pitcher Shauna Hamill would jump on the first pitch of her at-bat, sending it out to right. 1 run would come in to score, but a good throw-in from Shannon Cormier would catch Caroline Deem in a rundown that would eventually result in the final out. With Milford facing an early 2-0 deficit, they would quickly have a chance to counter, with Kate Irwin reaching on a hit by pitch before Emily Pierre Gustavo would step to the plate as the tying run. 29 hits and 66 regular season at-bats, had 7 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, and 35 runs batted in. And now sends a high fly ball out to left field, back towards the fence, and that ball is gone. And 2 batters into this bottom of the first inning. Milford ties the score at 2. A 2-run home run for the senior captain, Emily Pierre-Gustavo. Milford would push 1 more run across in the inning courtesy of an error at shortstop, and after an eventful first inning, the Lady Hawks would emerge with a 3-2 lead. The Shamrocks would produce 3 more hits off of Kelly Reichert over the next 2 innings, but they could not produce a run. In the 4th inning, however, Fian would see their 7, 8, and 9 hitters all reach base to open the inning. Jessica Levesque would then take advantage of the golden opportunity, driving a pitch into the right center gap. 2 runs would come home to score, with a 3rd run cut down on a good relay to the plate. But Fian was not done inflicting damage in the 4th. Brooks Rosinski would bring Levesque to the plate with a double before catcher Gabrielle Comeau would cap off the inning with an RBI single. The Lady Shamrocks would score 4 times on 4 hits to retake the lead at 6-3. Milford would scratch a single run across in the bottom of the 4th, but as the game moved to the 5th, the bottom of the Fian order would once again prove problematic for Kelly Reichert. The 0-1 pitch now into the number 9 hitter, Isabella Sheeran, is driven out in the air deep to left field, back towards the fence, and that ball is gone. A 3-run homer for Isabella Sheeran. And Bishop Fian now is going to take a 9-4 lead on Milford. Milford would have an opportunity to get right back into the game in the bottom of the 5th inning. A trio of singles in the frame would lead to a bases-loaded 2-out chance for Lady Hawks leadoff hitter Kate Irwin. After a lengthy at-bat, Irwin would slap one back up the middle where Shauna Hamill was just able to snag it on the way by, and Milford would squander the bases-loaded chance. Milford would push a pair of runs across in the 6th inning to cut it to a 3-run Fian lead. The Lady Hawks would look to hold the deficit there as the Shamrocks came to the plate in the top of the 7th. Lauren Archambault would open the frame with a routine grounder to short, but Pierre-Gustavo's throw to first would force Tommaso off the bag, allowing the runner to reach. After a sac bunt pushed the runner into scoring position, we'd see another key at bat for the Fian number 9 hitter. And now Sheeran, she'll deliver a line drive over the reach of Emily Pierre-Gustavo. Now the ball will roll to the fence, and around from second base to score comes Archambault on an RBI double for Sheeran, who now has 4 runs driven in the game out of the number 9 spot. The situation would only grow more dire from there for Milford. Down by 4 in the bottom of the 7th, Sabrina Harstick would pop out, and Antonia Bonina would be retired on a ground ball, and in a flash, the defending champs would be down to their final out. What would take place from there cannot possibly be summed up in words. Now a 1-2 pitch, and it's a line drive back up the middle, through for a base hit, and Milford not done quite yet. Now a 2-1 pitch, and Pierre-Gustavo fights it off, sends it through the hole on the left side. Milford able to come through with back-to-back hits here with 2 outs. Tommaso now at the dish. Swings at the first pitch and drives it deep out to left field, and forget about that one. It is gone for a 3-run home run. And Milford all of a sudden is back within a run. It is now 10-9. Tommaso, first pitch swinging, loses it over the left field fence. And now the 1-1 pitch. And Hartman floats it down the left field line. That's a fair ball rolling down into the corner. It trickles off the field of play, and it'll be a ground rule double for Emily Hartman. And Milford now with the tying run in scoring position. Can't get much more dramatic than this situation. Just able to hold up on the swing, and now a full count to Bonvino. Hartman will be able to get a head start at second base. Here is the pitch. And it is a tapper hit slowly to third base, fielded by Deem. She throws wild to first base, and Hartman will come around from third to score. Bonvino down to second base, and this game is tied at 10. Unbelievable here at the Milford softball field. From 2 outs and the bases empty, Milford has resurrected themselves. 4 runs scored. The Lady Hawks once again showed the fight that earned them a state championship as they produced an almost impossible rally to tie the game, eventually sending us to extra innings. Despite seeing their lead evaporate in the 7th, Fian would keep their composure at the plate, and with 2 runners on, Lauren Archambault would float a pitch out to shallow left. it would drop in, allowing the go-ahead run to score. With their season once again hanging in the balance, Milford would start off the bottom of the 8th inning with a fly ball from Sabrina Harstick that would drift just beyond the reach of Levesque in center, and Harstick would end up at second base. Antonia Bonina would follow with a bloop base hit to left, which would have given Milford 2 on and nobody out, but watch as Caroline Feely fires a quick throw into second, where Sabrina Harstick had wandered too far off the bag and she would be tagged out. That play proved to be the final momentum shift of the game, as Shauna Hamill would need just 3 more pitches to dispatch Kate Irwin and Emily Pierre-Gustavo to end the game. In one of the wildest playoff games you will ever see, Bishop Feehan was able to take down the defending state champs. Feehan wins it in 8 innings by a final score of 11-10. It was a truly shocking end to the year for the softball team and their fans. With the end of the softball season comes the end of an era. 9 players, the majority of whom played key roles on the varsity team for all 4 of their high school years, will now move on from the program. Milford TV salutes those 9 players and the lasting impact they had on the Milford High School athletic program. Each member of the class of 2018 displayed the highest level of sportsmanship, teamwork, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that has become a hallmark of every successful MHS sports team. Milford TV was proud to cover each of these athletes every step of the way of their high school careers, and so to Emily, Alexis, Shannon, Kate, Kelly, Maddie, Sabrina, Jess, and Antonia, we say congratulations. You will be forever remembered as champions. And so that officially closes the book on the 2017-18 year for high school athletics. Congratulations to all of the Milford High School athletes who competed this year. We will be ready and waiting to resume coverage of the Scarlet Hawks once again in the fall. Of course, as high school sports end, the new season for Milford Post 59 is only just beginning. Post 59 finally got their regular season started on Thursday as they traveled up to Gardner to take on North County Post 129. Despite working 9 new players into the fold for this season, Milford was firing on all cylinders in Game 1. Post 59 took a 2-0 lead after an inning and carried a 13-1 lead into the bottom of the 7th before a late surge from North County tightened things up on the scoreboard. In the end, Milford was able to take their season opener by a final of 13-7. Milford High School's Matt Shaver played an immediate impact on the Legion season in his debut, going 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs and 3 walks. Bellingham native Alex Gunfriday earned the win on the mound, pitching 6 innings of 1-run ball while striking out 6. As we take a quick look at the schedule moving forward for Post 59, the team will host their home opener against Northborough on June 15th, before heading back out on the road for a morning tilt with Sturbridge on the 16th. The boys will have 3 more games under the lights at Pheno on June 18th, 19th, and 22nd, with a big matchup against Shrewsbury in between. That game will be played at the College of the Holy Cross on June 20th at 7:30 p.m. Remember, you can hear every Milford Legion baseball game live by joining me over on MyFM 101.3. We will also have select home games covered right here on Milford TV. And now let's get to this week's upcoming events. Coming up on Saturday, you're invited to jump into summer with the Milford High School class of 2021. The class of 2021 will be hosting a 5K run walk to raise funds for student activities. Pre-registration for the event is $25 per person and $30 if you register day of. Registration includes a free t-shirt and official bib number and a professionally recorded time. The 5K run walk will take place on Saturday, June 16th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. For more information on the event, you can contact Class of 2021 advisor Alexis Forget at aforget@milfordma.com. Coming up on Monday, Milford's Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts will be hosting an information and sign-up night. The event is being held in preparation for the 2018-19 school year. The information and sign-up night will take place on Monday, June 18th, inside the Granite Room inside Milford Town Library from 6:30 to 8:15 p.m. Anyone interested in information regarding Milford's Cub Scout and Boy Scout programs is welcome to stop by. And here's a reminder that this summer the Milford Youth Center will once again be hosting a summer camp. This year's summer camp will feature exciting excursions to Canopy Lake Park, pins, a trip to McCoy Stadium to see the Paw Sox, and more. The Milford Youth Center Summer Camp will run from July 9th through August 24th. To learn more about the Youth Center and the Summer Camp program, you can visit their website at milfordyouthcenter.net, or you can email Katie at kcovell@townofmilford.com. As we enter into summertime, we want to let everyone know that once again the Milford Informer will be entering into a reduced summer schedule. You can expect new editions of the Informer every other Friday from now until the end of August. Our next new edition will come your way on Friday, June 29th. You can expect plenty of Legion highlights and other news from around town in our next edition. We thank you as always for tuning in, and from all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coet saying have a great week. So long, everybody.